Good morning. I stand here today outraged and alongside a grieving family that deserves far better from our justice system. James Lorne Hilton was charged in connection with the tragic death of Kelly Verway outside of Portage, Prairie. He was charged with dangerous driving, causing death, impaired driving, leaving the scene of an accident, drug possession, driving a stolen vehicle, and many, many more. This was no first-time offender. Hilton had a history with active arrest warrants and repeated failure to comply with bail conditions. And yet, last Friday, Hilton was released on bail to a private inpatient treatment center in Winnipeg. Within hours, he was gone. Some say he was there for less than 6 hours before disappearing. Once again, he has thumbed his nose at justice, just as he did the morning he left Kelly Verway to die on the side of the road. Yesterday, Kelly's mom received a call from Victim Services with this devastating update. I can't imagine her heartbreak to learn the man charged in her daughter's death has simply walked away from bail conditions that were supposed to protect her family and the public. This is not justice. This is an absolute failure of this justice system. On March 10th of this year, following Kelly's tragic death, every MLA in Manitoba, government and opposition alike, unanimously called for bail reform. The Justice Minister said this must be nonpartisan and pledged swift and decisive action. But since then, this government has done nothing but say, this is a federal issue. This inaction is plain and simple. It is wrong. The truth is this. Under the Constitution of Canada, it is provinces and territories that are responsible for the administration of justice. That means prosecuting crimes, holding bail hearings, and enforcing bail conditions, including breaches. Manitoba cannot hide once again behind Ottawa while families like the Verways continue to suffer. This government will tell you they funded 12 new police service officers dedicated to tracking offenders who violate bail conditions. That's a start. But what about the rest of Manitoba? Do families in Portage, Prairie, Dauphin, the Paw not deserve the same protection that's happening here in Winnipeg, supposedly? They'll also tell you they've handed out 100 more ankle monitors to track those released on bail. Unfortunately, James Hilton wasn't wearing one when he walked out of his treatment center. Instead, this habitual criminal with multiple charges and failures was treated with kid gloves. Yesterday proved once again that criminals are running this province, not this government, and Manitobans are paying the price. When will this be enough? When will this government take real action, not just in Winnipeg, but across all of Manitoba? Kelly Verway's family and every family in Manitoba deserve safe streets, and they deserve answers today. Go ahead, sir.
Thank you, MLA Bereza. And I want to thank the Verway family for coming forward today and speaking on this. This is an outrage. This suspect was a poster child for the urgent need for bail reform in Manitoba. He's accused of killing a young, vibrant woman while he was out breaking bail conditions of his release. Let's pause and think on that for a second. He's accused of killing a vibrant young woman while he was out on bail breaking conditions of his release. Despite these numerous and deadly breaches, he was released from custody and moved to an unsecured treatment center, where he breached the conditions of his release yet again when he escaped. And make no mistake, let's be very clear on this. This is not a case where the NDP can point to Ottawa like MLA Bereza said. The administration of justice is a provincial responsibility. Let's get that straight. We have a grieving family here. We have Manitobans demanding answers. The administration of justice is a provincial responsibility. It was a provincial court judge who released this person to an unsecured facility, which led to his escape. This is directly the responsibility of Manitoba's justice minister. It is directly the minister's responsibility for this. And what's worse, the suspect wasn't even fitted with an ankle monitor. Someone who's accused of killing a 28-year-old woman, who is known to violate the conditions of his release, who is a flight risk, who is released to an unsecured facility and was not even fitted with an ankle bracelet. To top it all off, this suspect is without remorse. He's mocking the justice system as we speak on social media posts. This is the system we live in under this NDP government and justice minister. This is broken. We must demand better. We need answers. The Fairways family and all Manitobans deserve more. On that, I'm going to ask Meechelle and Ron Best to come up and say a few comments. And I want to again thank them for coming forward today. Once again.
Good morning, everyone. Thanks so much for coming. We are a grieving family. Fortunately, we are a grieving family that has been able to stick together and support each other. And we went through the bail hearing to put our faith in the justice system that this would be the best outcome is for Mr. Hilton to be able to attend a treatment center and possibly do better and be a better person. Yesterday we got information, Monday we got information that he had been released to the secure facility. Somehow that was supposed to make us feel better. And for a few minutes it did. We felt like he was still with the program and possibly turning things around for himself. Shortly thereafter, we found out that he was posting on social media about being happy about being out of jail. I cannot begin to tell any one of you how much that hurt and took our breath away. I absolutely lost my knees. This justice system needs change. The fact that he did not even have an ankle monitor on means that today he's out there. We don't know where he is. The police don't know where he is. And at this point, my understanding is we don't even have a warrant for his arrest yet. This is wrong. And the possibility of him creating havoc in someone else's life and potentially taking another life is absolutely inexcusable, and we need some action.
Great job.
The crash where our daughter Kelly was killed is minutes east of Portage. And there are police there, there's ambulance people there, and there's the funeral home directors there, of which we met a couple of days prior. And some of those police officers knew Kelly from school, and they had to be on the scene, and they dug her out of the car, put her in a body bag. And the accused thumbs his nose up at those people. He thumbs his nose up at the defense lawyers that represented him. Who cares? He thumbs his nose up at the prosecution. And he thumbs his nose up, most importantly, provincial or federally, he thumbs his nose up at a judge. So that just tells you how much he cares. And I guess that's the message we sent.
Good job. Good job.
Okay, step back. Yeah.
Great.
I want to thank you for reaching out again and coming forward with this and sharing your story for Manitobans to see. This isn't something you read in a textbook. This is something that's real. It's happening here in Manitoba. Time and time again, we're hearing of people getting out on bail, repeat violent offenders, people breaking bail, not listening, not following their orders, and they're causing havoc. They're taking lives, innocent lives. God forbid, imagine this was your family. Imagine it was your kid. You would demand better. We're here today to demand better, to demand more from the Minister of Justice. I want to thank MLA Bereza and MLA King, as well as Meechelle and Ron Best. And I think it's also important to know that after this press conference, they will be immediately going to the Minister of Justice office to demand a meeting with him. The Minister of Justice needs to make time, must make time to meet with Manitobans. This is the People's Building. He is elected to represent all Manitobans. Manitobans deserve answers. I want to thank again Meechelle, Ron, for coming forward today. I know you won't stop until justice is served for your daughter, and you have my promise that we won't stop until justice is served for your daughter and all Manitobans that have gone through something terrible like this. On that, I will open it up for comments or questions, I guess, and if you have questions for the family as well, of course.
Hi there.
I wanted to know, has Victim Services been in touch with you about why apparently a warrant has been issued? Have you been able to get any information about why that is? Because wasn't that a condition, one of the bail conditions, that if he was not at a treatment center, that he would have to be arrested or turn himself in?
Yeah, you're correct. That was exactly the reassurance we were given after he was granted bail. Within the bail system, his condition was to be released only to a person from the rehab center, which he was, and Victim Services did call me on Monday and gave me that information. They did not give me the information as to when exactly Mr. Hilton left the facility. And we talked on Monday morning as soon as, I guess, offices opened, etc. So in terms of the warrant, I had contacted RCMP to see if something has been issued. My direction from them is that because he breached in Winnipeg, that it will be Winnipeg City Police that will be issuing warrant. And I have not heard anything from anybody in law enforcement.
What now? I mean, the Victim Services have been in contact with him to say what's going on in terms of searching for him. I mean, if he's posting on social media, there must be some sort of footprint.
Exactly, and we have not been in touch with Victim Services, keeping in mind this is 24 hours. So I do expect to hear from them. Victim Services has been a very good resource for us throughout this whole thing. And our people in Portage have been excellent at communicating and keeping us up to date. So I do expect to hear, but as of right now, at this minute, I have not heard.
And have you spoken to Justice since this happened yesterday, or is this the first time you've been able to?
Yeah, no, this is our
Today,
first, our first approach.
Okay.
just these fine folks behind me. Yeah.
So I also want to, I'm going to add to the comment there, sorry if I can, and then we'll bring you guys back up here. No, there has been no contact from what I've been made aware of. The Minister of Justice, if you recall from MLA Bereza's comments, said that this is urgent and this would be dealt with right away. Nothing. Nothing. A bill was passed unanimously for bail reform and nothing. The 100 extra ankle monitors that this government claims that they've purchased, where are they? What would be a better case than to have an ankle monitor on this individual? And nothing. No answers from this NDP Minister of Justice. That's why the family is going there today to demand answers.
You go, Obby.
What are they hoping that's going to come out of today's meeting?
You take that one.
Yeah. The family's asked me to take that question. The family, like any family or any Manitobans, wants answers. They want to know what's happening. How did this happen? This is directly under the purview of the Minister of Justice here in the province. How did this happen? How do you release someone to a facility unsecured, not have an ankle monitor, and then they escape a few hours later? The family deserves answers. If you were in the same position, you would want answers. You would want justice. You hope that they will get some of that today from the minister. Sure, we'll see.
Whichever one. Two police officers at the Health Sciences Center. I'm not sure how that's funded yet. They haven't got that. What do you make of that?
I make of that two police officers at the Health Science Center is not going to solve all the problems that they're asking for. This has been going on for months and months and months and years. The Health Science Center, the Nurses Union has demanded actual deliverable results, and this government comes forward with two police officers. Sure, two police officers is better than zero. Is this sustainable? Where are they pulling these police officers from? Are they pulling them off of the streets where they might be needed? What is this going to cost? What are the other solutions that the Nurses Union has brought forward and HSC has brought forward as well, with secured entries and exits and checkpoints and follow-ups, etc. I know it seems like, Bartley, from what I've read, that this is just a knee-jerk reaction by the NDP government to make an announcement, to make it look like they're doing something when really the results aren't going to be there.
Do you mind if I
Yeah,
add
yeah,
to
and
that?
I'll MLA Bereza wants to follow up on that as well.
Just as a follow-up to that, Bartley, again, what we saw this morning in the newspaper was a knee-jerk reaction, just like we saw on March 10th in this fine chamber here, when we had family and friends that packed that gallery, and the Justice Minister stood up there and said that this is a non-partisan, we will work this quickly, we will get this done. We have heard nothing. It's all about optics. It's time to get something done.
I do have a little bit of a follow-up to what we're hoping will happen, or what the follow-up is. Ron and I have a very real concern that this repeat offender will again repeat offend. Whether it's as serious as what has happened to our daughter Kelly, or any other serious escalation that can come next. We need him off the street. We need folks like him off the street, and we need our people, our firefighters, our police officers. We need to support them, or no one's going to do these jobs. We have to get them the support and stop letting these people ruin other people's lives.
Great job. Thank you. I'm not sure we won't be without it.